A government under fire, mayoral elections delayed, and opposition parties crying, "This is a scandal, you're clinging to power." This morning, a Labour minister was forced to defend his government live on air, after reports emerged that several mayoral elections due next spring could be pushed back by up to 2 years. Is this really just a technical issue, or a political move to buy time in the face of brutal polling? Let's break down what happened. On Breakfast TV, Minister for Children and Families Josh McAllister was confronted with the charge that Labour is running scared. One mayoral candidate has already called the delay an affront to democracy. The Conservatives and Reform UK go further, accusing the government of clinging on to power. McAllister hit back hard. He called the claims ludicrous and reminded viewers that both Conservatives and Reform, in a previous guise, had supported proroguing Parliament only a couple of years ago. "We'll take no lectures from them," he said. According to McAllister, the changes are technical, part of a promised devolution revolution. The idea, in some areas, district and county councils must first become unitary authorities before combined authorities and mayors are introduced. He insisted this would not delay investment or preparatory work. And pointed to Cumbria, where he's an MP, saying mayoral elections there are set for 2027 as planned. When challenged with grim polling, Reform at 26%, Labour and Conservatives both on 19%. McAllister admitted the government is in a rocky period, but said Labour is proud of its work, highlighting extra support for special educational needs and Best Start family hubs. Then came the tougher questions. The Office for Budget Responsibility has warned of a huge financial risk around rapidly rising special educational needs, SEND, costs. Their analysis suggested that if the burden shifted fully onto the Department for Education, it could mean a 4.9% fall in per pupil spending. So, will the government cut school budgets? McAllister was clear. No, we absolutely are not going to do that. He argued the government is biting the bullet on over a decade of SEND deficits piling up on local authority balance sheets, and moving that risk to the national balance sheet. When asked if reforms would mean scaling back diagnoses of autism, ADHD or mental health for children, McAllister pointed to a new review led by clinician Peter Figge, looking at regional variation in diagnosis rates. He said the government wants support earlier, including SEND practitioners in every family hub, so that families can access help, even without a diagnosis, and insisted, "We're not changing the SEND system to save money. We're changing it to improve children's outcomes." Finally, the interview turned to a different but equally sensitive topic: women-only spaces and membership rules after a recent legal ruling. Organizations like the Women's Institute and Girl Guiding are changing their policies, but many others are in limbo, because guidance from the Equality and Human Rights Commission is still not published. McAllister confirmed the draft guidance has been leaked and is now with the government. He said the issue has major implications, for example, for small gym owners with limited changing rooms who need sensible, humane decisions they can legally rely on. His message: "We're not going to rush this, we want to get it right." As the interview ended, one thing was clear. Between delayed elections, rising SEND costs, welfare reforms and equality guidance, this government is walking a tightrope, defending itself against accusations of clinging to power, while claiming it is simply trying to fix the state and act responsibly. Whether the public believes that will be decided not in the studio, but at the ballot box, whenever those elections finally take place.